World's a crazy place. You love it or you hate it. You love it and you hate it, right? I mean, it's both.
Alright, so tell us what happened from the beginning.
I'm pretty sure that he just stood up off the couch and jumped through the window.
He was infectious, like his mood and his laugh.
He was on his hands?
The blood was on his hands, yeah.
When did you start to get mad?
When I started believing that I was not being told the whole story.
Mom.
You know, he was always encouraging people and always making people feel special.
I don't buy suicide. I just don't.
Someone's died. Someone's got a bloody nose. Something happened.
Yeah, you can kill it now.
Oh.
No.
Seth worked 2 shifts at restaurants that night, in the morning at Commander's Palace and at night at Gree. He fell to his death the morning of October 28th, out a 12th floor window in the Saratoga Lofts building in the CBD. Seth had drugs in his system and he was hanging out with 2 of his friends from back home, North Carolina. They say Seth jumped through the window, and when police arrived, one of those friends had a bloody nose. The police report says suicide, and the autopsy report also says suicide. But the Donaldsons have so many questions about how Seth died that they're continuing to push for answers. And there were questions in my mind, too, that I just couldn't seem to shake. So we came here to Hendersonville, North Carolina, thinking maybe this is the place to start. And we found a lot of answers, but still have a lot of questions.
Was he shot? No.
First we heard a balcony.
He
and
fell onto a balcony.
There'd been a fight or
What?
he'd fallen through a window.
What happened?
Taking a little video right now.
Why are you taking a video?
The autopsy report says suicide. The police report says suicide. But the Donaldsons and even some of those with ties to the investigation say they're not so sure.
What made you guys feel like you needed to investigate this yourself, basically?
Because just none of it just didn't make sense.
It helps, I guess, to be doing the investigation because I feel like I can do something.
I mean, you feel it every single meal.
1.5 cups of water,
He's a chef.
orange juice, lemon juice.
Phone calls, emails,
This is
social media.
lemon, ginger.
30, 20 milligram roof pebbles going 40 miles an hour. I mean, this has become my job. Phones, there were drones for the rest of my life. Oh, everywhere I go now and punch windows.
Yes! Do you miss him? Yes. Yes, I miss him every day.
We met Abby Hudson at Jump Off Rock. It's a scenic overlook on top of a rock that juts out over the Smoky Mountains. She says she and Seth used to come here a lot to talk about just about everything.
He was infectious, like his mood and his laugh and everything was, but like his perspective on life was infectious.
There's just not many people in your life that care for you in the way that Seth cared about people.
Michaela Bignino met Seth in culinary school, and their friendship, as platonic as it was, went well beyond food.
He just had a very high emotional quotient. He was very empathetic and he could pick up on, you know, what was wrong with people.
Seth had a job lined up at a new restaurant. Amy says they talked about it the night before he died at around 10:30.
He started his countdown, 20 more days till I come home.
Michaela was proud of her culinary school classmate. She was excited that he was getting a chef's job at a brand new restaurant. And within minutes of meeting her, it was clear how much she misses him.
I don't want to know what happened because there's no part of me that thinks that he would want to commit suicide or want to jump out of a window.
We're not afraid of suicide. We're not criticizing anyone whose family succumbed to suicide, but we know the people Seth was with. And to call us a suicide is to give those other two an out and not explain their motives or what was going on in all the details.
Those two of Seth's friends from high school, who we'll call John and Kelly. Those are not their real names. We're changing them because John and Kelly are not accused of a crime. They're witnesses to a death. Amy says John posted this video in the comments on one of her Facebook posts just a few hours before Seth died. Here's how Kelly describes the night to police in the NOPD's body camera footage.
Did he drink a lot when he was on bourbon? Did he drink?
None of us drank.
Okay.
None of us drank. We were just walking around enjoying the environment.
Okay.
I think he made one mistake. Hanging out with a friend shouldn't have hung out with.
I just felt like he got mixed into the wrong crowd, and he's very impressionable.
He got arrested, and
Was that a wake-up call?
I didn't get him out of jail. He's 28 days in jail. I mean, I could have gotten him out, but I'm not going to get him out.
Soccer fields that Seth played on is a park over that way. Soccer mom, tennis mom, basketball mom, a cross-country mom, swim mom.
Detective.
We don't know what in the world could have changed. Somebody deleted stuff. Minimum amount. There's a cocaine that you can have. Lot of questions here. There were 70 pages of emails that I had sent to Marcia Scallon.
Amy's work on this case has been staggering. When we visited, she showed us this big binder that she has that's full of information, leads that she's found on the investigation, and what she says are problems with how police have handled theirs.
So you had 51 points that you felt
51.
were mishandled by police.
Amy is a very driven person already. I feel like if anybody's capable of getting to the finish line, it's her and Scott. I mean, and they loved Seth so much.
Is it hard to watch them?
Yes. That's why I avoid it sometimes.
For months, Amy's mind has been mired in questions. Did Seth jump? Did he fall? What happened to a key piece of evidence in the case? And how do you fall through a glass window 12 stories high?
Someone's died.
This is a day when we keep two things
Someone's got a bloody nose.
together that usually don't go together,
Something happened.
and that's called mourning and hope.
29. That's what it is right now.
There was definitely some arguing, and then that's when I heard the whole crashing down, and like sound the whole side of the building just completely collapsed.
So you had 51 points that you felt
51.
were mishandled by police.
Is it fun?
Is that his cell phone?
Yeah, definitely.
There's no part of me that thinks that he would want to commit suicide.
Yeah, she's
Why do I have to come down here and tell you to do your job?
He was beating the shit out of him.
I'm like, I've never been through this before, but,
He was involved in a struggle
but this certainly doesn't
before the guy.
sound
He ended up jumping out.
normal.
12 stories high.
Scott.
Hey, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I first met Scott in April on a wretched, gray, miserable day. It just kept raining and raining, flooding.
I'm not New Orleans naive. These big cities, they're great until something bad happens. And something bad happens. You get a vision of the underside of what just infuriates people about it.
The Donaldsons live in Hendersonville, North Carolina. This is Scott's third trip to meet with New Orleans police, the FBI, and the Independent Police Monitor to get a full investigation into Seth's death.
Why do I have to come down here and tell you to do your job?
The Orleans Parish coroner ruled Seth's death a suicide, but the NOPD is taking the unusual step of taking another look at the case. Seth was with two friends from high school from back home in North Carolina the night that he died. We're calling them John and Kelly. Those aren't their real names because they're witnesses to a crime, not criminal suspects. Here's what happened. At 10:11 p.m., Seth took this picture with a close family friend while working at Gris Gris Restaurant. Shortly after, he spoke with Amy on the phone about his future.
He started his countdown, 20 more days till I come home.
1:23 a.m., Seth gets a text from John, a high school friend from North Carolina, saying, "I'm waiting outside at the Chop Yard Bar." At approximately 2 a.m., Seth sends a picture to another North Carolina friend who asked not to be identified.
The last thing that he sent to me on Snapchat was a picture of him taking a tab of acid, and I knew that he had never really done that.
At 3:10 a.m., John takes this video. Approximately 5 a.m., Seth returns to the Saratoga Lofts building with John and Kelly. They were staying at an Airbnb.
Felt live, it just said there's a lot of noise going on in the apartment, like running around, arguing, and then that's when I heard like the whole crash.
6:02 a.m., Seth is pronounced dead. Let's pick it up there.
You got 1201, right? It's a Airbnb being rented by the female sitting on the ground right here, gentleman sitting in the lobby on the couch.
This is footage from the body camera worn by New Orleans police officer Gabrielle Lewis. From their conversations, it's clear this is her first death investigation.
Is this your first body?
Yeah.
If you feel like you gotta throw up, please
Just
go
do it over there? Okay.
Not near the body.
Right, of course.
She left the NOPD in February. That's Detective Marshall Scallon. He works in the 8th Police District. He is not a homicide detective. Until very recently, though, he handled the investigation into Seth's death. The NOPD blurred the faces of the witnesses before releasing this video to us. Scallon's report says John appeared to be on drugs with slurred speech.
Is that a good first spot? A lot of noise going on in the apartment, like running around.
This witness tells police he heard arguing, he heard a crash, and he saw John downstairs.
He was down here on the 3rd floor, he had some blood, saying this dude was on, like, done some acid, he had hit him, he got blood coming out his nose.
That's right, you're in the room?
Yeah, let's get out of here.
Up in the room, the body camera shows the shattered window, clothes all over the room, and a couch with a broken arm.
Blood splatter going from the bathroom to sink.
Police find blood in the bathroom, trailing through the apartment and by the bed. The police report says they did not collect blood samples, but they did collect white powder on the coffee table. We know Seth had cocaine in his system, and even with that white powder on the coffee table in the middle of the room, Kelly tells police she didn't know Seth was doing drugs that night.
He didn't even disclaim that he was on anything or anything at all. He just started freaking out. That's why I didn't know how to handle it. I didn't know if it was like a panic attack and just like anxiety.
Police didn't question Kelly about the drugs. The Donaldsons' concern throughout all of this has been that they feel like John and Kelly aren't telling the whole story about what happened that night. John's been in trouble with the law before. He was arrested on marijuana distribution and possession charges. He pleaded guilty in 2 different states to lesser charges. He didn't want to talk to police in this case, but he did chime in occasionally when they were questioning Kelly, describing Seth having a bad acid trip.
I was laying on the bed, and then he was laying on the floor under her, and he hops up. Yeah, and he like jumps up, and he's like, no, and then he just comes and starts hitting me in the face.
Okay. And then what happened after that?
I just shoved him off of me, and then she calmed him down while I went to the bathroom.
Kelly initially told police that later Seth ran across the room and jumped out the window. That's what police wrote in their initial report. John corrects her during this interview.
He catapulted himself off the couch through the window.
I really wanted to do an interview with John and Kelly for this story, and I reached out to both of them. Kelly never responded. John did on Facebook Messenger, saying Seth punched through the window that night and then jumped through it. Please quit asking for information and let my friend rest in peace.
Is that his cell phone?
Yeah, the guy from downstairs.
The phone, one of Amy's biggest problems with the investigation. She says investigators didn't care to look at it and that they essentially lost it. The initial police report says it went with the coroner, but this evidence log says otherwise. She asked Detective Scallon about it.
Where is Seth's phone? I have no idea where Seth's phone is. It could be with the Airbnb. We have no idea. Why don't you have any idea where Seth's phone is?
Finally, Amy got an answer, not from police, but a North Carolina woman Amy barely knew. She said she had the phone and that her son had gotten it from John.
Nowadays, how do you not think about a phone being something to justify suicide versus homicide?
The Donaldsons hired a digital expert to examine the phone after Scallon told them the NOPD didn't have the software to do it. That expert says the phone had no texting app, no search history, and no Snapchat on it. We know Seth used Snapchat that night. Remember, he messaged his friend.
Sorry, it's kind of hard to talk about it. He had so much going for him. Like, he loved cooking, he loved life, he had tons of friends. Like, the boy could not go somewhere without making a new friend. He had more plans for himself.
Did Seth Donaldson want to die? If it wasn't a homicide, that's the question investigators had to answer. The Donaldsons say they don't feel like anyone did. Their meeting with the Orleans coroner, Dwight McKenna, did not go well.
We're just grieving parents. We want to know what happened. We want to know why you're calling this a suicide. McKenna just did not diffuse the situation. He's a bully.
He told us to let the dog and pony show begin.
In Seth's case, McKenna isn't budging.
You do your duty for your kid to get him through school. You know, you fight for your kid, and damn it, we're gonna fight for this kid when he can no longer speak for himself. Because that's what we do.
Police only gave new life to the case because of Scott and Amy.
Is my love for him going to go away? Is my memory for him going to go away? You know, and you don't want it to go away, so you kind of wonder, should I stay in this awful place forever?
Even if they never know exactly what happened inside that room, the Donaldsons are determined to find out how Seth got out of it. How can you break through a window in a high-rise 12 stories high? We'll have much more on that part of the story tomorrow night at 10 in the third part of my Shattered series. In the meantime, the NOPD's Public Integrity Bureau has an investigation into the handling of Seth's case after Amy filed a complaint with the Independent Police Monitor. The NOPD says a homicide detective reviewed the case and is filing another supplemental report that will then go to the Orleans Parish DA for review.
Morning, Mr. Blanche.
Good morning.
Why won't you tell us what became of the $50,000 in confidential money that the FBI reported that it gave to Tom Homan?
I'm not aware of what you're speaking about. To the extent that there have been public reporting about an investigation, I know nothing about it.
Well, the public reporting is that the FBI reported giving $50,000 in the nature of a bribe to Tom Homan, and there's been no report of what became of that $50,000. Will you answer that question? Not now, but will you answer that question? Because we've been asking for a long time now. Your department certainly knows what's happening.
I'm not aware that that's true.
Well, take a look at it, and it's publicly reported, and the FBI reported it, and you should answer the question. That's not the only one. Here's a list of unanswered questions that I have just asked. I don't know how it is that the chairman